which is a multi-purpose cleaner. So I'm talking upholsteries, carpets, your laundry. I'm talking any stain that you may have in your car. It's a huge customer pick. I personally can't rave enough about this. Let's talk about what you get, and what do they say? They say seeing is believing. That's what they say. So we can show you better than we can tell you. You're gonna get the full size of the 128 ounce of the InstaClean Home and Auto Refill. Look at the size of that. That's huge, and it's heavy. So you've got plenty here. That's why I want you to get this value. I just got the same thing delivered last week. Then you're going to get the 32 ounce of the Home and Auto of the trigger spray. So that comes along with it. You get them both at $32.99 and on FlexPay for $11. My pal Pete is joining us live in the studio. I am so happy that you are back. So Pete, you happen to be one of our product experts, and you wouldn't drive into HSN for just any old product.
No, great to be here. And you're right, everyone who's tried InstaClean has their own story. You know, you were not gonna believe how it saved me, how it just took all the stress away of having an accident, a stain, a spill that happens all the time. But this really takes care of it. So here's what's so cool about this. And here's the thing we can say about InstaClean. This will instantly and permanently remove those stains. And I think that's so incredible. And then we can talk about odors as well. But you said seeing is believing, so let's do that. I've got some markers here on this carpet right here, and I want you to see that all I'm gonna do is just spray that through the middle of that stain, and InstaClean just does its thing. It's lifting and mobilizing that stain. When you first look at that, it's like, well, did I cover that stain? But look at that. There's no dyes and there's no bleaches in there. It has removed that stain, and that is the huge difference with this. And something else, this stain's not gonna come back, Marlo, right? It's gonna be gone for good, because maybe you've tried other methods, and then a day or two later, that stain comes back. This is getting down into the carpet, removing that stain. So if it is the kids with the markers, maybe it's the pets, and they're tracking footprints into the house, same thing. Just spray that InstaClean and just be not only happy that that stain's gone, relieved, and then you're not stressing out the next time it's happening. You're not worried about, do I have to have somebody come in and clean these carpets, you know, once a month when you have kids and pets and husbands, things like that. It happens. This works. Here's something else I want to show you. Can you see right here on this carpet? This is not just for those new stains and spills that happen. Maybe you have that dingy area. Maybe it's just a high traffic area. I'm actually going to put this on the spray. I had it on the screen, but when I put it on the spray, you'll just see as I start to go over that area that the stain just starts to disappear. So try this on those high traffic areas and give it that 30 seconds, and you start to see the stain disappear, which I think is so amazing with this. So not just those new stains, but look around and be like, well, I've been looking at that stain, I've been sliding the sofa over on top of it. This works to take care of all that.
You know, I think you make such a great point, because I think for so many of us, if someone spills something, like we just saw a little soy sauce, or someone spills wine, a lot of us are still barbecuing, right, and trying to enjoy these final few weeks of summer. So there's ketchup and there's mustard, or there are tough stains like grout stains that are impossible to get out. We panic, we stress when something spills, because you're like, oh, now you've done it. How am I gonna get this stain out? Because we permanently feel like those stains will last forever. And the magic of InstaClean, for some reason, I call this stuff magic, because without scrubbing, without rubbing, without just putting all of your muscle into it, it does such a remarkable job, not only with the stain, but also with the odors. And I'm talking the toughest stains that you can imagine. I'm not talking about those little baby stains, like, you know, that anything can get out. I'm talking about the tough stains that you're like, that's never coming out. I don't know what to do. I want you to call us if you haven't tried it, and if you have tried it, stock up. You know that these offers change from time to time. I am telling you, it's gonna give you such a sigh of relief knowing that if something spills, if something stains, you've got the solution right at hand. You're looking at $11 on a major credit card, going back to my pal Pete so he can demonstrate this for you. Our testimonial talk line is open, Pete. I wanna hear from our friends here who use it. And I've got lots and lots of reviews, because it's a big customer pick on our website.
Yeah, exactly. Just think about all those things that this is gonna work on. And you talked what types of stains. So we're talking about grass stains and blood. It could be, sadly, things like your pets. They might vomit on the carpets, things like that. Really terrible, gross things. It could be mud and motor oil, things like that. I'll show you one that could be really common for you. Maybe it's coffee. So I have these spots of coffee right there. Same thing, just blast it with that InstaClean, and you can see that it will take care of that stain. And we're not changing the color of that carpet. That's just a little wet. Sometimes you get a little bit of foam on there, but that stain is going to be gone. Instantly instantly and permanently remove those stains. So if it's a green marker here, same thing. Let's just go right through the middle of that so you can see the difference. That's it right there. This one, I believe this is a gravy that we have on there, but whatever it is, think about that. Maybe it's just soda, chocolate milk, you know, things like chocolate milk. That's the one where we're talking about the odors that can come back a day or two later if the kids are drinking that. Let's go back to those footprints again. All I'm doing is spraying and letting that InstaClean do it. You're not mixing, you're not bleaching, there's no dyes. Remember, when you run out of the spray bottle comes full. You're just gonna add more from that 120-ounce refill. I'll show you this too when we talk about how this works without bleach. This is an oxygen stain destroyer. So we're lifting and mobilizing that stain. So look at this. If I just spray it right in there, you're gonna see that it works in this situation to totally just get rid of that stain. That's what it's doing in all areas. Remember, what about the car? That's another one. We're eating in the car. Are we eating? I'm eating in the car. Is anybody else eating in the car?
I do.
I'm eating in the car.
I do.
But if it's the kids and the pets that are in the car, this is perfect for that upholstery in the car. And perfect for upholstery in the house as well. Actually, I want to go over here. I want to get this pillow. Show you guys real quick. I'll show you because the upholstery is such a crazy thing in the house that you have to replace. What about replacing a sofa? You're replacing rugs. So let me show you. This is again where it just looks dingy and old, and you can see that corner right there. And again, all I'm going to do, I'm going to move this to the spray again. Sorry guys, because I want to just use that spray part of it and just start to spray on. Look at that. It just gets rid of it. It looks fresh, it looks new again. So a pillow, not maybe a huge deal to replace, but imagine over time, if you're replacing these things, and certainly, right, you get into
and can
carpets.
you imagine, like, to have somebody come out and do it professionally?
Right.
Like, to have somebody just clean one room of carpeting for you, right? Even if it's a promotion, one room of carpeting to have someone come out, it's like $100 to do that. And to clean your upholstery, it even gets more expensive. Now you can use what we love. There are over 400 perfect 5 stars on our website on this. I want you to give it a try. You get a lot of product here. I just want to remind you of what you're getting. This is the full 128-ounce, plus you get the additional 32-ounce. And although we're focusing on stain, this being a stain destroyer, it also helps eliminate the odors as well. So it's a 1-2 punch that you're getting with this. Let's check out this video, because I want you to see it. And if you've got a tougher stain, you may let this last a little longer. You want to walk us through this? Yeah, this is
something I was talking about earlier, how sometimes you've used other products on a stain like wine or juice like this, and then it comes back the day or two later, because you see the stain is fairly small up top, but underneath in the backing of that carpet, it starts to spread out. Get that InstaClean on it. It's going to get down into the backing and the padding and take care of that stain from the bottom up. Right? So we're getting rid of it completely so it doesn't come back. So that's why we're able to say instantly and permanently removes those stains. And I think that's incredible. If that was odors or if that was where the pet was doing his thing, we want to make sure the pet doesn't go back to that spot. So we're getting rid of the stain, we're getting rid of the odor. And here's another great one. I love this one because this is what we're talking about. Something that you would have to replace and spend more money because you're getting a stain in that area. Look at this, and this is great also because you can see that we're not using bleaches. So we have the blue and then we have, this is supposed to be white right here. So I start to spray that. You'll see the white's going to come back. It's going to get bright, and it's going to be right where it should be. The blue as well. The blue, the colors will come out again. Yeah, there we go. We're starting to see that. Look at that white. I think it's incredible. So maybe you have a carpet like this. You have an area rug, a runner, and you forgot, well, this is what it's supposed to look like, not this dingy, older look. So get the InstaClean Home to do those type of jobs as well. And then over here, I have the car mat. And obviously, we're bringing in a lot of dirt and grime into the car. You want it to look good. Again, it's just dingy. I can hit it with that InstaClean, and you start to see it goes to work on that almost immediately. Oh yeah, now you can see that difference, right? I mean, that's pretty obvious. But again, you forgot. Hey, is this what my car's supposed to look like? No, that's dirty. Your car should be cleaner, and you can do it. Footprints, things like that, same thing. Now on this mat, it's gonna make a little bit more foam on that car mat, but we haven't changed the color of that. That's just a little bit wet. It's gonna dry. There you go, you can see it. Once I run my finger through there, it hasn't changed the color. That's gonna be gone, but you can see that footprint is gone as well. I mean, you'll be amazed. And Marlo, I talked about how everyone has their story. For me, I cut my leg and it was bleeding. So this is something we haven't, a small cut, Marlo, I was fine.
Okay, I was like, where's he going with this?
But it was the blood. We have a white sofa. The blood's on the white sofa. And that could be really just make you crazy if that happened. Yeah. But again, you grab your InstaClean, and it's so quick, it takes care of it. Did I talk your ear off earlier? Poor Pete. I hadn't seen Pete in 2.5 years in person. He came in to greet me, and we talked about the InstaClean, and I talked his poor little head off. It was great. That
was telling him about my outdoor curtains of my house.
No, that was a great story. Oh, it was a pre-treater you using it, right?
Right, because I was telling him that I had mold on I had these white outdoor curtains that ended up having all sorts of mold. You know, you get the green algae and the mold on your privacy fences. Well, I had those on my curtains. And I'm like, how am I gonna get these white curtains white again because they were green? InstaClean to the rescue. So I was telling Pete about my personal stories. I didn't get a chance to tell you one that Debbie D told me. Did I ever tell you that? So let me tell you about the story Debbie D told me. Debbie D is the first person to get me to buy InstaClean.
Right.
So she's new to HSN. She's in corporate housing. She's gonna kill me because I've been telling all her business.
I think we were on the other night. I think she told us.
Did she tell you? She was in corporate housing.
Right.
And her dog Kirby had an accident.
He threw up.
He vomited. On the corporate housing carpet. So Debbie D has a fit and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm new to this job. And my poor dog is in an accident on this doggone corporate housing carpet. What am I gonna do? She was selling InstaClean. She got it at home. She tried it and voila, she called me and she was like, oh my gosh, that InstaClean saved me. And ever since then, I have been buying it and I have been singing the praises of it. Let me read you some reviews. Here's one from Happy Florida in Florida. I am in love is what they wrote. This product does what it says it will do. Great for spot cleaning and instant. Here's one from Georgia. I simply sprayed it and the stains disappeared. I now make sure I always have it on hand, and that's me. I always make sure I have it on hand. Here's one from North Carolina. I can't be without it. I have a small dog that has accidents on my rugs. I just use InstaClean and it takes away the stain and the odor. That is just one of hundreds of reviews. If you'd like to try it, give us a call. You're getting a lot. That's just a 32-ounce bottle that you're seeing, but remember, you're getting that plus the huge 128-ounce bottle. So you're getting both at a great flex pay of $11. So a wonderful product, something that I'm always so passionate about. You know, I don't own, obviously, all the products that we sell at HSN, but in this hour, 2 for 2, because I buy Nellie's, I use InstaClean. We're gonna be talking about the Dyson coming up, and this is one that I highly recommend to everyone. I love it.
It works. I think that's what's so nice. You get a product home that's going to work. Yeah. It's going to give you that relief. Like everyone has that story, like InstaClean saved the day. Thank God I had InstaClean around. You'll say the same thing. You really will love it.
My pal Pete, nice to see you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for being here. We're going to go to a quick break, but we have more coming up. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk about the brand new Dyson V